Hey, welcome, 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 welcome. Happy new moon. Full moon, full moon. It's a full moon today. It just feels like a brand new day. So it's a new day, full moon coming in, Lionsgate. Holy moly, here we go. Welcome to your Monday transformational, motivational moment with your host, moi, Susan Lazar Hart, creator of the Congruent Life Method, the Congruent Living Academy, and so happy to be here with you and welcome you to the fifth, in our series of doing the inner work. This one is all about the art of saying no, which is really about the art of stopping. I started it with saying, okay, I'm going to write these notes to myself, to you. Hey, Hope, welcome, welcome, about the art of stopping. But it's, and I realized today it's really all about the art of saying no. Welcome, Gulshan, welcome. Hey, as you come in, we have an international, wonderful group of people in our community. Tell us where you're from. It's kind of fun to check in. And if you have a question, please come in with your question. I'm just going to get this. There we are. Please come in with your questions. And watching later, hashtag replay, come on in with your questions. Write them down in the Facebook group because I check in every day. So the art of stopping is actually the art of reflection. So it's imperative that we learn to reflect. It's imperative that we learn to take a pause. Oh, I got a heart on that one. Yes. Right? It's imperative that we learn to take a pause. And as one of my kids was telling me, when I first got into the business world, whether it was with my art, my paintings, as a motivational coach, in terms of transformational speaking, just Mom, take a moment and say, I'll get back to you. Right? We don't have to always, hey, Rosanna, welcome from Michigan. You don't have to give them an answer right away. And I'm going to deepen that with, you don't have to give yourself an answer right away either. So let's embark on this journey together. In today's fast-paced world, we often find ourselves caught up in the hustle and the bustle, right? And actually today, I was just caught my eye, this article in the New York Times saying today's superpower is doing one thing at a time. That we need to get comfortable with focusing on what we're asking to create. Eckhart Tolle talks about being present in the now. There's so much around about consciousness, about being conscious with what you say, with the energies of what you're being now. Right? There's such a push for what do you want to create with your future and, the shadows of the past. Let's be present now, today. Will you join me? Can I see a thumbs up just for this, our 15 minutes together, our transformational moment? Yeah, cool. So I'd like to introduce to you the idea of having a stopping strategy. Because it's never ending to do. Oh, I got a heart on that one. This never ending to do, this list, it keeps us, these pulls, these commitments. This is my responsibility. I don't have time for me. Right? Well, let's just let that go. It leaves us feeling overwhelmed. And overwhelm is really lacking information. How do I proceed? And it leaves us disconnected to our true selves, who we truly be. So the first step in creating a stopping strategy is in acknowledging what's working and what's not working for you. Who are you creating your life for? For someone else, for somebody else's list, right? Does it bring you joy? Because creating moments of pause is so essential for our personal growth. Now it's like, I love gardening. So it's as if you put a plant, a little baby plant in the garden, and told it to hurry up. Now hurry up, right? Well, it has its own way of being. Putting a seed of thought is no different than putting a seed in the ground. It requires nurturing. It requires growth. And that's what I'm talking about in terms of personal growth. That moment of pause to let something grow has to do with your personal growth as well. Because it's in these still moments that we can reflect on our experiences, our emotions, what we're feeling about this. Would this, to be in the question, right? Would this create greater? Stop for a moment and ask yourself a question. Would going here create greater? Does it align with who I truly be, with my values, with what brings me joy? When we allow ourselves to pause, we invite clarity and insight into our lives, helping us to make conscious choices aligned with our values and what we desire and how we desire to be in the world. So, I've offered you during this special series our guided meditations. If you haven't, I've created one specifically for each part of this doing the inner work. If you'd like to hop in and join me, the last one will be offered today for this week. It's go to SusanLazarHeart.com/guided meditations. It's that easy. With meditations, you actually have that moment of pause, of self-reflection. Now, it doesn't have to be through meditation. It can be being in nature. For some people, it's kneading bread. For other people, it's dancing. Whatever that is for you, take a pause from this push me, pull you world, this reality, because it's not your mojo, this reality, right? Or you wouldn't be listening to this call. Do I get a thumbs up on that? Yeah. So now's the time to check in. Learning how to say no with no point of view and just taking a pause, creating that stopping strategy, opens up doors to self-awareness, enabling you to navigate your life with greater mindfulness and intention. So as we stop and reflect, we can encounter many moments of vulnerability. We've talked about that in our last week on doing the inner work. Embracing vulnerability, as we've said before, is not a sign of weakness, but an act of courage. So with stopping, with taking a moment, by simply saying some phrases like, I'll get back to you, or let me think about that. Just taking a moment and then asking the energy of whatever it is that's being asked of you or that you're feeling a tug about. Everything is energy. Ask the energy of those to come and talk to you, right? To come and talk to you. And I get signs all the time. Yesterday I was meditating, and right outside on the roof, after meditating, I wasn't on the roof, but this bird was on the roof. I opened my eyes and there was a bird just staring at me, just like this, through the window. And then later, talking with one of my daughters, there was a butterfly that was just sitting on a plant right next to me. And I Googled what those meant, and it's all about angels. It's all about spirits. It's all about ancestors being there, urging you on to be present with you, with what you're creating. And I've been asking for big shifts and changes. So with that, I'm using my own information in creating my own stopping strategies, which has to do for me about cocooning, the energy of cocooning, the energy of taking everything in, just like a caterpillar does, and creates a cocoon of nurturing, a nurturing environment in order to come out as this beautiful butterfly. And that's what I'm encouraging you to do, and take the time for you in creating a practice as a sacred space. The stopping strategy is actually a sacred space of self-discovery and emotional healing, because these practices allow us to have a moment of mindfulness rather than hurry, have to decide all of that stuff. I mean, you feel the difference in your body, yeah? Would you agree? When you take a deep breath and stop and reflect, it's a time of celebration, celebrating growth and achievement and practicing gratitude for what we've learned and progressing more and more with who you truly be and what aligns with your values. Again, there's so much on our coming in on our phones, on our computers, all of that we forget what it's the superpower that we have. I'm just going to again bring this up, this article that I read in the New York Times today about our superpower is about doing one thing at a time. It is about you know, well, there's a sidebar here. One of the things that the algorithms do is to retrain your brain so that you actually need something new, something new, something new, something new, right? I mean, that's the whole point of Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and TikTok, is to keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Whoa. Do you get what happens to what you're focusing on? Whether it's a book you're writing, a painting, whether it's just being present, and not just being present, but in being present with you and what you truly desire and how you truly desire to create your life, you gotta shut all the noise off. And that's a practice. You know, that's recognizing how you start your day. Are you starting your day with a quiet meditation, with some writing, or do you start your day by flipping on Facebook and Google and seeing who's doing what? And all of a sudden an hour has passed. You go, how did that happen? Well, it's those moments when you first come into consciousness in the morning, where it's quiet and you be with yourself. I am love. I am the light divine. I am, as the Creator says, I am that I am. I am love. I am living my life with an open heart. Hey, Janet, welcome, welcome. It's the way in which you choose, the energy in which you choose to be with you. So let's commit to this empowering stopping strategy I'm going to explain to you in more depth as we continue doing the inner work. Now, if you take STOP as an acronym, STOP, S, O, observe, P, proceed. Oh, hi, Janet. Janet from Ottawa. Yay, yay, yay. So let's talk about embracing stop. Stop. Whenever you're doing, pause. Take a moment. Just take a moment. S, stop. Take a moment. You know, I often say take an aerial view of what you're creating and see how this energy relates to where you'd like to be and what you'd like to be doing. Now, I can tell you at the grand old age of 70 that what I know for sure is we all have different gestation periods in our life. We are many, many butterflies. There are many times of cocooning as we grow through our life. And it ain't over till it's over. So enjoy, take this moment and really explore. Does this bring me joy? What is it that you're creating with? Take a moment. Is somebody asking you to do something you don't want? Remember, no is a full sentence, right? Take that moment for you. Every time you take a moment for you, you actually empower yourself. Hey, Rashmi, welcome, welcome. You actually empower yourself when you take that moment. And again, if you say, but Susan, I don't know how to say no, or just stare in the mirror and practice. Practice by saying simple sentences like, I'll get back to you. Practice by saying, you know what, this actually doesn't work for me. Practice by saying, I'm not quite sure now. I'll get back to you. Can I have a moment, please? Do you see how that gives you the grace of the S in stop? Now, S-T-O-P, T, take a breath. Whew, take a breath, reconnect with your breath. The breath is the anchor to this present moment. Let me get back to you. And I often just have to step away, right? Sometimes it's going for a walk. Again, you know, any of you who've been following me, you know I love my walks. I love to put my hands in the earth, work with the garden, just be with trees, right? There's so much information there. You don't have to know what it is. You just have to know that you have the empowerment of taking that breath, taking another breath. And if you say, but I can't get away, just go to another room. Pretend you have to go to the bathroom. Take a moment. Stop. S. Stop what you're doing. Take a moment. T. Take a breath. Take a breath and just, and when you breathe, I heard this recently and I was playing with it and it's kind of cool. It just go to that area just below your belly button, right? And breathe into that. See, that's a fuller breath. And then You notice when you exhale through your mouth, your shoulders lower, right? Take a breath. And as you're breathing, a breath or two or three, as you're breathing, listen to your breath. Even if you say to yourself, in and then out. Just by putting your attention on the sound of your breath, the words in and out, you're no longer in that cycle, that hamster wheel of whatever it is that you believe you must ask of yourself or someone else is asking of you. Reconnect. Reconnect with what's important for you. Remember, there's no race to the end. You're going to have different shifts all the time. What I'm asking you to do is to build the foundation that no matter what age and stage you're at, you have these tools to create with. Stop. Oh, observe, right? Notice what's happening. What's happening inside of you when you're rushing and you're like, okay, I'll get it done. What's happening inside of you and what's happening outside of you. Observe. Where's your mind going? How are you feeling? Where are the energies of what you're asking to play with versus the energies of what you're actually juggling, right? Again, focus creates. Focus creates. And P, proceed, right? Use this information to either continue creating how you were creating, doing what you were doing, or don't. It's a choice. Choice creates. Use this stopping strategy to check in, right? Change course. Whatever you do, do it mindfully. Mindfully means with you in mind. Now, occasionally remind yourself to stop during the day. Just stop. You think you want to eat something and how many of us eat for emotional reasons? How many of us are addicted to rescuing ourselves with food, with sex, with money, with gambling, with alcohol? Stop. Check in, right? What's your awareness here? What is it? Is this what my body is truly desiring? Hey, Carol, welcome. Notice when you notice, right? You may stop and notice you're engaging in a lot of negative self-judgment. Stop. Use the stop method. Just stop. And for those of you who are just joining, we just went through the acronym of STOP. S, stop. T, take a breath. Reconnect. O, observe. Notice what you're noticing. What's going on in you, outside of you, in the surroundings. And P, proceed. Continue with how you're asking to create or not. We have the choice to change course, right? It's all about reminding ourselves to be present. So using the stop, S-T-O-P, actually helps you recognize when your body is becoming tense, when the energies aren't creating greater for you, and it allows you to correct right now. Self-correct. It's your self-correct. It's like a GPS. Oh, heavy traffic ahead. Self-correct. Try this route. Be your own GPS. Because the more you use the stop strategy during the day, the more you re-engage with a reality that actually creates greater with you and for you. Remember, you create your own reality. Nobody else does. You see the world through your lenses. It's not your job to see the world through somebody else's lenses. Just because you can doesn't mean you have to. It allows you to disengage from the habitual busyness of your mind. So, are you ready to embark on this journey of self-awareness and authentic growth? Yes. Again, thank you. Thank you for your show of hands. We've had, this is the 5th in this special summer series, Doing the Inner Work. If you've been missing them or you've been away and maybe like Carol, you've been canoeing and doing yoga on your paddleboard, I'm watching you, babe. I love what you're doing. You can always check me out at our YouTube channel. I'll put it in the notes up above. And again, if you're interested in diving deeper, you know I'm always here for you. Diving deeper is my jam. Thank you so much for sharing. This is Janet. Thank you, Janet. So grateful for you too. Contact me, Susan at susanlazarhart.com. And let's have a heartfelt conversation about who you be, what you be, and how you're creating in your world. If it's working for you, awesome, I'm celebrating you. If it's not, don't stand on the side of your life watching it go by, because when it's over, at least in this lifetime. So know that I'm here to support and guide you every step of the way, and together, let's create a life you truly love from the inside out. That's what doing the inner work is all about. Now, I'm going to be going on a family vacay. I'll be working on my book. I'll be working in the garden. You'll probably see me on my personal page. We will be opening up the YouTube library for the month of August. If you have any special requests of old TMMs or Ask Susan you'd like to see, let me know. Write them in here. What's your topic? And I will make sure that they come out on Monday for you, because that's the way I roll. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been a pleasure and an honor to share this special summer series, Doing the Inner Work, with you. Again, if you're interested in those guided meditations, susanlazarhart.com/guided meditations. And once again, if you have special requests for our August TMMs, we're going into the vault of the YouTube station. Just let me know. Write them in here, and I'll make sure it happens for you. So if you have your questions, write them in here. I check them every day. I'm having a hard time saying goodbye. Until we meet again, live boldly, love greatly, and be that fearless leader you came here to be. Thanks, Glenn. Glad you made it. Because the world needs more of you and that special sauce that only you have. We are here to make a difference. I'm going to say that again. We are here to make a difference. You wouldn't have chosen this if you weren't. Thank you, Carol says, great to hear your brilliance again. Have a great holiday. Mwah, you too, babe. All right. Big hugs. Again, if you have special requests for our August TMMs, write them in here, and I will make sure it happens for you. I love y'all. Have an amazing, amazing day. Happy, happy, happy full moon. Enjoy. Bye-bye.